like a manual with that switch.
Hello, rail friends. Thanks for being with Andy and I. We are trackside. Casey is back in the studio, and boy, are we lucky today. We're on the front side of a major storm front coming in. Oh, I hope we don't get train blocked. That is not good news. Andy just pointed out to me, we've got one coming in from the south end our way. And you know what that means? When he goes past the front of us, we're gonna get train blocked. Oh, okay, he's checking his alignment. Oh, what an exciting moment. We have caught 351 coming into the yard, terminating here at the Debucks yard, the second largest yard of its type. And you can see from our United States, from our American flag in the back, how windy it is. Andy and I are hanging on to the rail so we don't go anywhere. Like I said, I understand from one of the folks in the PTI car that was by here, they've started moving all the trains out and shutting them down if they've not already reached destinations away from this massive storm front coming at us. Like I said, we've got stuff going on everywhere here. Oh my goodness, we've got another conductor in front of us. We've got this inbound, 4299 leading over here. We're going to stay with him at the moment because that is the train that has both the Pennsylvania 8102 and the Lackawanna on it, 1074. And you can just see all the action happening here. And like I said, winds are massive at the moment. I mean, it's not like we're blowing away or anything. I do not know our train number that's crossing here at the moment. All right, you guys read that sign or that message. POPUQUIZ. at that. That's a lot of painting.
It is.
Right now, it's got a level here.
Look at this smiley face and the non-smiley face.
No defect. Total Set it off the middle west side. Call ship 27 stop. Over if you would line it. Yeah. All right, going 27. Contact radio.
See, they sent a PTI car, which makes me wonder if they're just going to shut him down there.
Oh, and then just crew change over there?
Just leave him there.
Oh, just leave it? Yeah.
And I didn't quite hear the, but it sounded like there's one on the pass-through defector it just went on, that just broadcast. And you can see, and yes, we just heard on the pass-through defect detector, and as you can see, if you look right underneath, over on the pass-through track, we can see the wheels cross the rails underneath. So there is a train. Here, we'll kind of sneak. I know you're on magnification, but we'll just look right through this hole. Right there. There is a train on the far side going through. Here's some pretty colors.
3197.
And train 351, sorry there, we had a connection issue. Like I said, we are in front of a serious storm system coming in.
Track 52, west fullback, you guys on 4. Over the bridge. There's east inbound.
Hey everybody, thanks for being with us here on Rail Moments. We are at the south end, and when I say we, Andy's hanging out with us as well. We are at the south end of the debug yard. As y'all know, the debug yard is the second largest yard of its classification type in the Norfolk Southern system. The 24,000 miles of track system that NS has, where train 351 that terminates here in Chattanooga at the debug yard has arrived. Now, for those of you that with us earlier, we were lucky enough as he came down the Knoxville West End, he stopped right where we were before his signal indication point for a little while before he got authorization to proceed. And that was probably, what, Andy, 3 hours ago?
At least, yeah.
At least 3 hours ago that it's taken that train to go 16 miles to where we are right now at the south end. We're at the far end of the debug yard, where once they pass through or go past this point, they go around the corner, around Lookout Mountain, and then onto the joint line, meet up with CSX over there at the Waxahachie Yard, and to all points west and south of us.
Yeah, that really crew just went in. We'll all worked out.
So, we have the scanner on. You can hear the action. The yard is super empty. I mean, as you saw when we first started, there's nothing here in sight. And as I understand, they were saying that due to this tremendous storm we're supposed to have, and I haven't listened to the overall effects. We're supposed to have massive rain, massive wind, massive everything. You know, all the kind of stuff that makes you think that we may not see tomorrow. So that you all stay, run home, get in the bathtub, get in the center room, stay low, stay covered, get the mattress on you, hang on to the dog, hang on to the cat, and anything that you like that can blow away, chain it down quick so it's still there come tomorrow morning. We were looking at the radar, Andy and I were a little bit ago, and it looks like all that red is currently coming from Huntsville passing our way. Huntsville to us, 72 miles, give or take, 80 miles from here. Now, like I said, where we are at the south end of the yard, I said a little bit ago there was a train going out southbound. Don't know if they're going to tie him down someplace. I understand the Penn Central is tied down. We missed him this morning, but he came through hours ago, and Penn Central is tied down over by 24 there at North Tunnel, if you're familiar with that area. So he's tied down there. Penn Central is leading that train, by the way. Sounds like they cut the air on this one, and I'm guessing just that they may be going to leave it here. But again, not really sure. We'll have to listen to the scanner. Down behind us, and we're going to zoom in on here a little bit, is 6 locomotives on the head end, and the Pennsylvania is number 6 of those 6. So we're going to go ahead and focus down on that. That same train has the Lackawanna 1074 is a mid DPU. I got a couple of different messages from folks that they're going to go ahead and bring the 6 locomotives in. If so, we'll get to see them. We're just going to have to wait and see, and a lot of how much we get to see is going to be based upon the weather. The wait part is the easy part, but the weather part is the huge question. So,
get up to the north shop wire.
like I said, we're going to try and listen to the scanner.
I got a 143 and a 842 coming in.
All right. The train crew is still on board 351. I'm going to guess that they just cut. And again, this is a guess from being here before. They just cut the DPU. And if that's the case, that wind, that's not Mike having a seizure with y'all shaking like that. That's the wind hitting the recording device that hard. It's just shaking the whole thing. May have to put an anchor on it. I don't know. We'll figure out something. But anyhow, a lot of times what will happen is they break the train, pull the DPU down here, set it, back the rest of the train in, connect the DPU to the lead engines, and then come in on the 2 tracks right next to us to the fuel depot. So at this moment, it's a wait, watch, and see what happens game. But right there is the Pennsylvania on train 351. So, for those of you just jumping on, we are at the south end of the debug yard in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where you see in front of you train 351. You can see the trash blowing down the track. That's how windy it is and getting worse, as we know that storm front has passed and coming our way on a northeastern direction, all the way down to the Gulf of America, there at Texas. So, at this point, sit back, relax, and if we are lucky, it will be a great day to buy lottery tickets, because we'll see them break that train down, and we'll get to, within the next hour, see those locomotives go right past us. But we may have to run for cover because the storm arrives. So there's the Pennsylvania. There's train 351. Andy and I are hanging out here at at the UTC soccer fields in the UTC parking lot, waiting to see what's next. So I'm going to jump on the monitor. That way you guys can listen to the scanner with me. And let's just see what happens here in Chattanooga, Tennessee on Rail Moments.
We're going to get rain in about 30 minutes.
Mr. Happy Weatherman over here said, Mike, I hate to tell you this, but your first problem was that train that went in front of us, which he showed me coming in from the south end. And then he tells me, you got 30 minutes until you're no longer dry, and that umbrella you have isn't going to help much. So we'll see if they break him down in time. We're going to stay till it rains. Obviously, once that happens, all you're going to see is a wet screen because there are no wipers on this. So
Motor in the middle of the train. You're going to pull high and bring it back to track 1 right over.
So let's listen. We'll hear what's going to happen. That may be then that they were talking to 351 right there. So let's see if we can find out what's going to happen here.
I see. Alright, you're going to get behind a signal here. Right, so you get a signal of 1, 2 after this right over.
30 minutes, huh?
Oh, yeah,
30, somewhere now. Probably be just a passing shower, and then by 8 o'clock it's going to be perfect.
Andy just keeps up with the good news. First it's going to be a shower, then it's going to be a rain, and then it's going to be buckets. So someplace between, like I said, you can see how hard the wind's blowing right now. That is not me shaking. It's just blowing so hard that just the whole tripod is moving. But they're 6th to Pennsylvania, and we're listening to what the plans are. Kind of eerie here in the yard. Before a big storm, all the trains are gone. Here's a guy that's trying to get home before the storm gets here.
Right?
He's up there going across the top. Where is he there? Since we're on magnification, it takes me a moment to find him. Up, up, up. I'm going to find him before he disappears. There he is. As he disappears to the other side. Like I said, it's kind of a weird moment when, like I said, as you saw when this train first came in, 351, there was nothing at this end of the yard, and normally there's just all kinds of stuff parked everywhere. There goes a PTI car, headed down. Just in case that rain does hit, we're going to have everything, we're running bare bones skeleton stuff out so that we can pack and go at a quick moment's notice. And like I said, they've been talking about everything you can imagine for our weather tonight. Chuck, if you're on, batten down the hatches. Jennifer, I know you're way south of us. Don't know if you're going to see any of this. At least when this is over, as far as the live, and I'm on the way home and I decide I'm hungry, won't have to wait tonight to get into my favorite restaurants because everybody's going to be at home.
Where's Mama Bear?
Mama Bear, you on? Are you at work tonight? I guess let me get the other monitor and see who's on.
40 track 7, 40 track 6, 150 over that stuff. Protection is provided to y'all there. He'll be swapping out there at South Tunnel.
All right, as you can see, he is rolling forward.
Lights out of the 842. All on the 842 is mid. What? Okay, when y'all get back to the Luster, shout. We'll probably have to speed this 351. He may not make it.
As we keep an eye on this as it develops, you might see, now I'm not guaranteeing it, but you might see the Lackawanna pop out if they broke that train and he's on the end of it. But I just got hit in the nose with a sprinkle. That is not good news. So we'll get to watch a little railroad art and see what happens here. It is getting a little darker. At least we get a sneak preview through here.
Right.
You're alright.
It's amazing how dark it is. We don't have rain. Although I sure don't want to say that twice.
See, what were the blue dot is? This is before. This is current.
Boy, we are right on the edge of it, aren't we? Ooh, there we are.
Coming down, crew on the
There it
842.
crosses over, but it's moving fast.
After a couple back up there,
When it gets like that, it's
we're looking
about,
at south,
you see
man.
down here, it's about 8.
Hanging out there.
So it's even later, like 9:30. But this is,
You running clear there?
right now it's like 5, almost 5:20, whatever. So right around 6, this little
Andy and I are working on our second and third jobs here, which is weather forecasting. And we're deciding that we may have up to 30 minutes before we get wet here. We have up until 8 o'clock before we get blown away here and the buckets dump on our heads. So we're going to hold out, but so far it looks like the plan is they are going to have probably separated this train at the DPU, and we'll see if they're bringing the Lackawanna on the end or they've already left him in the yard and they're going to back the rest of the train onto another track here on the other side. And I'm going to guess the train that we have in front of us has been put there to stay. So we have limited places to go that we can film from. And probably no other train action, since we understand that most of the trains are being held in place due to the pending weather. The Penn Central, I don't know if you can see him from Interstate 24, but I understand he's holding just short of North Tunnel there along 24. For those of you who didn't know, there is a tunnel at the south end of the yard, which if you're there on 24, you're running east-west, and it's right there where you're beside the river. There's actually a tunnel up there, and you can see the trains at that point. Yeah, there goes an NS truck, gave us a wave. He said, look at those fools out there and standing with the lightning and the rain coming.
Okay, just call him back on the radio. Yeah.
We go to the wire, the wire, turn it. Just let me know when you're...
And we have an NS employee arriving on site. Our train 351 moving again.
Yeah, the cool thing with this position right now.
Carman, my tire. Yeah, let's launch the front side of this car. Here we're gonna have to seal a couple off. I'll let you guys know when you're still with it. Alright, appreciate it. Man, it's gonna be a few more minutes. Get over and back over again. We gotta make it up.
I got you.
Oh, was it?
Don't give it a shot.
That's one of the people that you just heard on the scanner. We heard him speaking as he sat in front of us. We heard him on the radio. And right there between here, I got it big enough. That's 351 moving past there on the other side of our parked train, tied down train. NS truck sitting there. And we're going to watch between the crack there, between the two cars. If we see the Lackawanna, as I understand, they are going to bring that train back in. So we'll see more locomotive action right here in the debug yard in front of this massive storm front coming at us. It's like being in the graveyard at night and it's super dark. You know, it's so mysterious and eerie, and make a great Halloween commercial right now with the weather the way it is, and just it's very, very unique. Let's see. Let's watch right between that crack and let's see if the Lackawanna goes past there, and let's see if this gentleman hops out and what his plans are in bringing 351 to rest tonight.
One more time, should do. Be fine, 51. Lane there. Ready to pull on the stand and stop. Yeah, I'll be watching the camera there. You can work out the weather there. Like, where we gonna put that overflow? Put it there in 11. Check 11. 97, okay. Yeah, on the right, he's there.
11. If they're talking about, yeah. If you could, they have the numbers written with yellow marker on the sides of them. You just have to find where it is.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, to the 1 over. Wait, get back these track authority if they have here too. Some back. Last name that'll go on these. Track 51, I got you go, boy. Here it comes.
Uh-oh, I feel that on my head again.
51.
There we go.
Hey,
Nashville. Yeah, over.
There's the money bag that we see so many times. Kind of an unusual group there. That is 351 that you see moving to your right. NS truck sitting here with us. And they have dropped the Lackawanna right there. What they'll do, I'm going to explain it. That is right there in front of you guys, the Lackawanna. How cool is that? Now, if we can just get this truck to pull up a little bit, but I tell you what, while he's sitting there, he's probably watching Rail Moments so he can find out what to do next. But here, y'all hang on. Alright. Normally, what happens when a train arrives, and this is why, and I was telling Andy, we are so lucky to be in Chattanooga and be rail fans, because this is one incredible place that we can go, be part of the rail yard, be on public access property, have a big parking lot that's even patrolled by the UTC police, and we have lights, and we get to watch all the rail action. Now, what is going to probably happen is 351 terminates here. We are at the south end. They dropped the second half of the train back that way. As you can see, they then stopped again. As we were talking, we heard them move, saw them move. They then stopped again and dropped the Lackawanna. So shortly you'll see him sitting back here all by himself. The Lackawanna will be sitting there. What'll happen next, and if I listen to everything correctly, they're going to switch that train and reverse back onto track 11. Then they will disconnect the locomotives, the 6 locomotives on the head end, including the Pennsylvania 6 of 6, and they will then come back. They will back up, reverse back, and they will pick up the Lackawanna. The 7 locomotives will then go up, reverse back to either track 1 or 2, and then go into the fuel depot. So right now, 351 is coming back, and we'll block the view of the Lackawanna here in a moment, where they will then separate the 6 locomotives from the train. As you can see over there, there he is. There's the conductor as they reverse that train back onto what I believe is track 11. We'll stay with the Lackawanna as long as you can see it, and then we'll back to the rest of 351. Yeah, friendly wave from Norfolk Southern folks. And if you guys aren't excited about now, I don't know what I'm going to do to get you excited, because this is like the motherlode of train action. Getting to watch this. Andy's so excited he called in a limousine to pick us up. This is 351 reversing back into the yard, the front half of his train, where we're going to get an art review coming past. And yes, it is windy. Yups, YUPS. Where's our rain at? Whiskey without an E.
At least 15 minutes. I already felt a couple drops.
Andy says we got 15 minutes before we hit rain. I'm debating if we try the wind is so bad, I don't know what's going to happen if we put the umbrella up, if we'll survive it blowing underneath us. But that rain is arriving, and we are waiting to see Pennsylvania 8102 return here as he reverses back into the yard. Folks, I got bad news. We're getting wetter fast. We're gonna try. In the camp somewhere. I was gonna set this down. We're gonna try. Oh, lightning! Whoa! Woo! All right. Because the wind's so bad, don't know if we can get the big umbrella up, and don't know how bad it's gonna get, how fast. So we're just doing the old-fashioned way. We're going to find out if that theory of the kite and the key and the string will conduct electricity. where we're holding an umbrella, but we're hanging on to the plastic. And there is the Pennsylvania 8102 making his way back as they reverse. The front side of our current storm getting close. Raindrops hitting on our head. The umbrella is just all over the place. There's another, if you want an umbrella, there's another umbrella in there to the left if you want. All right, the Pennsylvania is back. (8102) right there. At this magnification, any moves look a little rough for y'all. I do not have a monitor up at this point, so if y'all are making comments, all I can do is hang on to the umbrella and operate the recording device. Hello, John, how are you? And yes, it is windy here. Here's the front of train 351. Lead locomotive on that train when he came into the yard, 4299. Stopped in front of us is PTI, the group that moved the train crews around. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna pick him up, take him in like you said. Thanks. Now we just gotta hold the rain off.
Gotta go.
See ya. Be safe. PTI driver, super nice guy. His name's Noah, and he just said to tell you guys hi. Look at the train crew there. Let's see if we can get him to wave at us. He's got his window open. He's got his arm sticking out. Not sure. Oh, no, he's not looking. All right. What they're doing now is probably about to break the train. I'm going to assume they're getting ready to cut the train at the back of the Pennsylvania. There, it is correct. There they are. The conductor is cutting the train, as you can see, right there. So you'll hear that loud pop here in just a moment. Oh, we got a train passing through too. The Pennsylvania from the rest of the train here on train 351. Now what you're going to see happen next is they will pull up to the next switch point and then reverse back to the track that has the Lackawanna on it. We are holding the umbrella to keep the rain off you guys.
Should be a little.
Yeah, if you can just figure out how to make it wait for a little bit. Hopefully you keep it on light rain and not heavy rain, like you promised.
That's like it's doing right now. I'm gonna sit in my car.
Big X Bucksworth style will have to come to an end. He is getting ready to reverse The lead locomotive's off of 351. We are standing out here in the rain under cover. Because it's so windy, we're not going to put the huge umbrella up because we'll be like Mary Poppins and the truck will end up with Dorothy out there in Kansas. He's getting the switches ready. The Pennsylvania is reversing back. Where they are going back now to retrieve the Lackawanna. Shortly you will see those two locomotives together. Would you put my window up, please? Andy's gonna put my window up. I forgot it's down. That's not good news. Mike's gonna have a wet seat. All right, they are reversing back to get the Lackawanna right now. All right, what's that on my arm? Shortly, what they're doing right now is they're hooking they're reversing back to the Lackawanna where they will connect the Lackawanna to 4299, the lead locomotive on what's left of train 351. You can see how strong the wind is by that massive flag over there as the rain begins. Like I said, we're going to try and hold out long enough that we get to see the Lackawanna and the Pennsylvania together. The next thing they'll do is reverse back. They'll come forward and then reverse back into the fuel rack. That is thunder that you do hear. It is pretty, but boy, there's lots of wind and rain to go with it. As we launch the lead locomotive 4299, engineers waiting on the conductor. That was lightning! Whoa! Woo! Casey's probably saying, Mike, that's called electricity. Looks like the conductor just got on the lead locomotive. He's tossed another switch. everybody, here he comes! The Pennsylvania and the Lackawanna together on what's left of train 351. In the lightning, in the rain, in the wind. Woo! All 7 locomotives from train 351 right there in front of you guys. And it sounds like they just shut down (1074). There's 42.99 at the front. There is now another train over on the very far side rolling through. Our coal train has been stopped for some time now. On the far side is another train headed out the south end of the debug yard, where you're seeing the Pennsylvania and the Lackawanna lashed together right now with what's left of train 351. And we're going to stay as long as we can until the weather takes us out. And just to add to all the fun, we now officially have a tornado watch in place. Weatherman Andy only keeps adding to the fun that we get to participate with. So we are currently under a weather watch. So y'all start spinning your heads around and look for that next moment. The rain has let up considerably. The wind has dropped 50% from what it was. Andy keeps trying to come up with more fun things. And yes, his latest excitement, oh, there goes one of the power trucks from Operations Center here at, oh, he just went over there. We're right next to the EPB Operations Center, where I imagine the trucks are getting ready for what's going to happen with this storm. The rain coming our way. We aren't going to be here much longer, but we're going to be here for a good time while we are. Where we would like to see 351 put to bed and the Lackawanna and the Pennsylvania together go right past us, because the next thing they would do is they go ahead and advance the train forward, switch him over to the tracks 1 and 2 here in front of us, and take him on into the rail yard. And you can see the clouds rolling over us pretty quick. Whoops, that's too dark. There. We put the scanner up, so we lost that part of our action to know what's going on. If I run and get it, then the camera's going to get wet. Y'all won't be able to see. So, for the moment, the only excitement you have is me. You can see the flag has dropped down dramatically right over the top of the Lackawanna. Right above the light there on the Lackawanna. The flag that was straight out has dropped down considerably. The right shoe is wet, the left shoe is dry. The rain's going from right to left. That's just while we have a moment. We are here at the south end of the debug yard as train 351 is disassembled, where you get to see the Pennsylvania and the Lackawanna together. How cool is that? "10% of the Norfolk Southern Heritage locomotive fleet right here in front of us, with the Penn Central holding just a couple miles south of us at North Tunnel entrance, where they have that train lashed down. He went through a long time ago. Like I said, we are just hanging on by fingernails of this advancing weather front. Hello there, Purple. Yes, like I said, as I was saying, we're just holding on by our fingernails in front of this massive front coming at us. We're between now and 8. They say it's going to get rocky. And they're not talking about Rocky Road ice cream. They're talking about hang on. And like I said, get your pecs and get everybody inside. If you want to see your patio furniture tomorrow, now's the time to take it inside. This is what's left of train 351. Lead locomotive 4299. We do have a dark cloud over us, but then a light one behind it. So far it's been kind of coming and going. Since we don't have the scanner out, we're a little short on what the activity, what the information is on what we're doing. PTI has not picked up the train crew, so they're still on board. It would be fun to catch him backing into the fuel rack. Just not sure Mother Nature thinks that's fun. But this is 4299, lead locomotive for train 351. Locomotive number 2, 1100. Locomotive 3, 4479. AC 44C6M, 1809. Locomotive number 4, continuing with the roster, 4615 was locomotive number 5, and then on the head end of that train, locomotive 8102 was number 6. The Lackawanna was the mid DPU. So those are the 7 locomotives that were on train 351. And like I said, we're like Jim Cantori used to be on the Weather Channel, hanging on the umbrella, doing the updates while the weather was live. I loved watching him. Our flag in the background. Wow, that big old dark cloud has passed over us, and we currently have a light cloud. I can show y'all, but the umbrella's keeping y'all dry. It's like springtime out here. Andy's trying to make arrangements where we have a break in the rain for a little bit. It had gotten so dark that the lights, the yard lights, had come on, but as you just saw, it's lightened up enough where the yard lights that are on photocells, obviously, just went off. So, the brighter it gets, the better your picture's gonna be. Whoa, that's too much. My bad. That is a crazy light up. You are so right, Purple. One of the NS folks said they were going to reverse this train back into the fuel rack. So, I tell you what, I'm going to grab the scanner. Y'all stay put a minute. All right, as long as we don't get blown away here, we got the scanner kind of hanging on here precariously, so I'm going to be quiet for a little bit. Let's see if we can find out what's going on the scanner. our light spot, Andy's moving rapidly. Our dark spot is coming. Along with the thunder. There is going to be some rain in that. Andy's still hanging out with me here as we wait to see the end of train 351, hopefully backed in right in front of us on track 1 or 2 to the fuel racks, where everything's gotten really quiet except the looming storm, the lightning, and yes, the thunder. As you can see, some of our dark clouds overhead, just to give you a little idea. Everything's kind of quiet here. Everybody has moved to shelter. All the trains are out of the yard. We understand they're holding at different points. But that's the direction our storm is coming from. How's our radar? I don't want to turn into Mary Poppins out here. Looks like the PTI car is pulling up to our lead locomotive. We got light green for a little bit and then red. All right. So we got a little time. I wonder if they're going to just tie him down there, since there's nothing else going on, or if they're going to move him over. I haven't heard him say here. But if the PTI is over on that side, PTI truck just stopped over there with somebody walking. I don't know if he just dropped somebody off or if he's picking them up. But based on what you just showed me, we got a little bit just light rain for the moment. And normally once they join them all together, they bring them on over. But it looks like looks like they might just be leading right here.
We need a kite string so we can play back in the front.
Weatherman Andy here he's looking for the kite. He says, Mike, what all you got in this truck? I want a kite, a string, a key, and something metal. We're going to test out the theory if Benjamin really did do it. And if we just stand here long enough, we'll probably find out.
Yeah.
Let's see, we can see feet under the lead locomotive. We're trying to decide. The PTI car has pulled up on the other side there. We're trying to decide if the folks are getting off or on. If you want an umbrella, help yourself. They're right there.
No, just took a 9530 on here. No, that's not on. I just doubled up. It's not going with it. That's not bad.
That toot-toot was coming from the south end. Maybe we've got something else coming inbound, other than mosquitoes trying to get up my pant leg. Oh, fella are biting. All right, it kind of looked. Our coal train's still sitting over there on the far side. It kind of looked like someone got in the locomotive and the rest got out.
So they train on the other side of that cliff.
Yeah, there he is over on the far side. All right, everybody, we're going to call this a wrap. The rain is moving in. They've got the crew off. From Casey and I here at Rail Moments, and from Andy. Whoops. This is the end of today's live, where we are trackside under a tornado watch. Rain moving back in. Everybody, thanks for being with us. We'll see all of you at the next crossing. We're gonna go ahead and get in ahead of this one. So, y'all be safe, y'all be careful. Everybody, watch out tonight. I understand between now and 8, it gets here big time. The flag is flying. Oh, that is what's gonna happen. They put somebody on and picked up the crew. We have a train on the pass-through over on the far side rolling by.
Yeah, it's up on the horn now.
As you can see, right there, train headed out of the south end. The other one is a passing CSX coal train.
Yeah, I got South End 7.
Southeast side, 0.
All right, if everything stays right, we will see what's left of 351 go up far enough that they can hit the tracks closest to us and reverse into the fuel racks. So we should hear them calling for authorization to do so if we can stay ahead of the weather. Let's watch this.
Remember on your unit. 45, 40, 45.
No, it's all in it. And I'm heading for the yard. It should be going soon.
All right, everybody.
You guys around. I'll let you know when you're good to,
It looks like we are going to lead them out there on the track as the wind's picking back up and the rain's starting to pick back up. Where we are under a tornado watch. We got heavier rain. We hate to miss this coming back in. This is one of those rare occasions to see those two Heritage locomotives lashed together coming off of the same train. But we are going to call it. Good night, Irene. From Casey and I, thanks everybody for being on. We appreciate you being with us here at Real Moments. Andy's moved inside the car, and we're going to go ahead and pack. So there's 6. What's left of train 351? See y'all at the next crossing. Everybody be safe.